on the light?
See, turn it out that way.
Thank you, Grand Knight. One of the things you hear a lot from is that science proves God doesn't exist. And that's not the case at all.
Thank you, Herb.
There we go. Actually, it was aimed right for him.
What I'm going to try to do tonight is present in 10 minutes,
It's made in Germany.
which Father Robert Spitzer does in 2 hours.
That's all right.
And proving that science proves that there's a creator. The scientific method cannot disprove that God doesn't exist. Because God is beyond the sensitive world of the universe. People say they can't prove it doesn't exist. It's the analogy of do aliens exist? Well, we haven't found one yet. That doesn't mean that it don't exist. So the same thing kind of applies to God. However, what science can do is prove that our universe had a beginning, and before that there was nothing. This all evolved in 1927 by a Belgian priest, Father Georges Lemaitre, who proposed that the universe was expanding contrary to what Einstein thought, at steady state. He also was the one to start the idea of the Big Bang theory, called it the cosmic gap, which was later verified also. 2 years later, using the concept of the Doppler effect, Edwin Hubble was able to prove that various galaxies in our universe were moving away from us. In fact, it's called the redshift. The faster they were moving away from us was the brighter they were. You might think of the universe as the surface of a balloon being blown up, expanding. They're moving away from us faster because there's more space in between. So what Father Spitzer has done is presented in a triangular type of form space-time proof, entropy, which is the second law of thermodynamics, and the called universal constants. What can be proven, and it's a proof by Orta, Wilmenkin, and Guth, proved that any expanding universe, which ours is, had to have a beginning prior to which there was nothing. I mean, nothing. Not a black void that the Big Bang filled up, but nothing. And the only thing nothing can do is nothing. The universe cannot create itself. So given that, he comes to the conclusion that some transcendent being had to bring the universe into existence. Now the Big Bang happened, not at time zero, but a billionth of a second later. When you study cosmology, the origin of the universe, numbers are very big or they're very small. It has been documented that our universe started 13.7 billion years ago. I can't even get my hand around 100 years, let alone 13 billion. But to bring that into existence, had to be some outside force, some transcendent being to bring it into existence. Another way they try to do it is to look at it as through entropy, which is kind of a hard concept to get a hold of. It's the measure of the unavailable energy when you're doing work. You're trying to do work, you do it, but you're not getting all of it out of there. If our universe has been in existence for infinity, as the stars keep burning, as the process goes on, sooner or later we run out of energy. But that's not the case nowadays. If you look out in the universe, all kinds of things are happening. Stars are burning, black holes are being created. There's a lot of activity going on. So the theory is that we must have had very small entropy at the beginning of creation. The other thing that we use is, that they use quite a bit, is what's it called? Universal constants. These are fixed numbers that set a limit or a parameter for the equations of physics and the laws of nature. And they are very, very precise. Without going into what they are, a variation of one or the other could result in a continuously exploding universe, which would take us with it, or one that would become a black hole. And to try to get your hand around this, it's a complicated topic and involves a lot of background information. One of the constants that's wrong, you get into the various forces, you get into the various constants, and they can be done, but there's so, in one particular one, if the constant was 2% higher, there would be no hydrogen. If it was 2% lower, there would be no element greater than hydrogen. You kind of need hydrogen for water. In fact, one of the things in this Cosmic Origin, which I got from Catholic Answers through Ignatius Press, I believe, made the comment that water is one, if not the only substance where the solid floats on the liquid. If that didn't happen, there would be no life on this planet. So how does that relate to... So what we've got is science proving that there's a need for a creator. Aquinas did the same thing using philosophy through his, what did he call it? The prime mover, the uncaused cause, the necessary being from contingency, perfect being, and the designer, intelligent design. He proved the same thing. He proved that we need a creator. And all the time he called it God. Now the question you ask yourself, is that the God of the Jews? Is that the God of Christianity? The only way you know that is if God reveals himself to us, which he did with the burning bush for Moses and the Israelites. It said, I am who am, kind of implies existence, his existence rather. And obviously through Jesus Christ, the Son of God reveals the Trinity. So God reveals himself to every individual, and it's up to that individual to accept it or reject it. Obviously, it's a leap of faith to accept that. Atheists reject that. There is no scientific reason. It's a non-scientific reason and a personal choice that atheists exist. In trying to get a grasp of science and philosophy, Robert Jasko, who was the founding director of the Goddard Institute for Space Studies, in his book, God and Astronomer, made a statement, scientists unshackled themselves from the domain of superstition, took on a methodology which was mathematical, empirical, hypothetically deductive, and carefully began to climb the mountain of knowledge. When they got to the final precipice and got to the top, they found a bunch of theologians on the other side.
Ooh.